What's up, guys? Back again. Now, I want to talk about something that may start a lot of controversy because it already has in the past week or so, week and a half, 2 weeks. Did UNC make the right decision by not playing in the NIT? And so here it is. In my opinion, yes, I think they made the right decision because there was a lot of stuff going on. We had a lot of people and a lot of moving parts after this season, and a lot of people saying, man, y'all are just mad you took your ball and ran home. You didn't play in the big tournament and say whatever. Forget about all that. It has nothing to do with anybody thinking they're better than somebody, fan base thinking they're better than somebody, players thinking they're better than somebody. It has nothing to do with any of that. There's a lot of moving parts going on in this past season. We had a lot of things go on, locker room type stuff, behind the scenes type stuff that really we haven't seen or known about or really knew about at all. Now this year we heard a lot about things, especially with social media going on and things like that. We all can read into things and people know people and whatever. But no one really truly knew what was going on in speculation, but we all knew something was going on. So, yes, did they make the right decision? Sure they did. They were mentally and physically done. They were done with the game. They were done with the season. They were done with being coached. The coaches were there's a lot of things that was just going back and forth. So when the season was over, I'm sure some of these people already knew they were gone. There's probably some of these players that were transferring knew they were out before the season was over. So you had players that were thinking about that. We had players that were thinking about their future as the NBA or transferring like that. We had some that were just being about to graduate. I know they may have wanted to play one more game, or a couple more games, but there was speculation that Hubert Davis made the choice on his own and didn't give the players the opportunity. But we've heard that the players did vote and they voted not. We had some that voted that they did. People were saying we should have played with what we had and gave the younger guys some time. Sure. So all those are logical, good answers. But if your team's not there mentally, what's the point? It was a lose-lose situation to go into the NIT. Say we do go to the NIT and we get a number one seed, which we probably would have maybe, and we lose. Now it just dumping gasoline on the fire for our season of what it's been. It's just adding more, a loss and upsetness to everybody. And even if we did go win, well, we're gonna brag about it. How many of y'all truly watched the NIT? In all honesty, how many of y'all really watched any of the NIT? I mean, maybe some of y'all, and there's some who watched it, but I guarantee you there's not a lot of y'all that actually watched the whole NIT and kept up with it. So who would have watched us play? And it wasn't about that. Again, it wasn't about we didn't want to play for this tournament. It was about our team we fell apart. We crumbled. It's done. We failed. Now it's time to pick up the pieces and move on. We had no idea what was going on in the locker room. We had speculations of things that was going on throughout the season. Was any of it true? No one knows. Only the players that were involved know. Anybody that's in that locker room knows. Was the Caleb Love and RJ thing going on true? I don't know. Possibly. There were way too many distractions this year. Was the NIL a distraction? Possibly. But I just don't feel like people who have NIL deals come in and just said, I'm not going to play anymore because I get paid. I don't feel like that's happening because that doesn't help them in the future. Because if you just come in, get your NIL deal, and then you don't play that good and you kind of stink it up for the rest of the time, like your draft status is going to go away. And that's not going to help you for the future. And this NIL deal ain't going to be around if you're not moving forward. If you're just a normal player, that stuff's going to be gone. The Caleb Love, RJ saga, what was going on with them? We have all the speculations behind the scenes of what's happening, but that that was another distraction. The Baycott injuries were distractions. Things like that. Players not getting playing time, distractions. We have no idea how these players were practicing, the effort that they brought to the table, what they did in practice, how were they as teammates. We don't know this unless we were around them. I mean, some of these guys could have not played because they were a terrible teammate. As a coach, I've done that. Not just because they're a terrible teammate, but as a coach, I mean, I haven't played players or as much time as they may should because they were not a good teammate. They were not cheering for their teams. They were talking bad about players. They were just all about them, not hustling, not playing defense, coming to practice giving me like 12%. So like, you don't know what these players did at practice. You may know what they've done other places and what they've done here, but you don't know what they're doing behind the scenes. You don't. I mean, they made their grades. You don't know what their true grades will look like, how much they have to study, and things like that. So that could come into considerations. A lot of these players that transferred that didn't get much playing time was injured a lot, and then got to play, but still maybe didn't play as much as they wanted. But we don't know. Could be a million reasons. And I wish all the ones that transferred, like Nickel and Styles and McCoy, Shaver and Love and Puff, all them well. I know that Nickel signed with Virginia Tech. I think he's going to do well there. He was one of the ones that I really wanted to stay. I kind of wanted to see what he had to offer. Styles probably most likely he's going to NC State, but I think I saw today where he's going to visit Georgetown also. McCoy I haven't heard much about. Shaver I haven't heard much about. And then, the big one, Caleb Love, which I thought that it was, in my opinion, time for him and us to move on. But he's been linked to Kansas and Indiana. So that could be great for him moving forward. Puff, he was a surprise too. I figured he was a UNC guy all the way, and he's been linked to Kentucky, but I don't think he's actually did anything yet. But then we got some good transfers popping off coming in. We signed Paxton Wojcik. I think he's from Charleston, played for Brown. He's a good three-point shooter. The one I would like to reach out after and try to get a little bit more and try to get would be that Nick Timberlake. So, and then we got, some commits maybe reclassifying. I saw that Ian Jackson's may reclassify for this upcoming season. He's trying to recruit somebody he played with, or maybe from the same state, New York or whatever, same place. Then we all watched our 24 commit, Elliot Cadu. I mean, he's talked about reclassifying, but he made a statement and said he'll see us in 2024. So I feel like we need to wait on him. But, I mean, he broke the record of assists in the first game of the Geico Nationals tournament with 14 assists, and he broke the whole tournament record with 29 assists. So he was just dropping dimes all week. So, and I watched him play. If he comes to UNC and plays like that, I think we're heading in the right direction with what we're doing. But did we make the right decision? Yes, we did, for all the reasons listed in the video. We just wasn't ready. We wouldn't have been ready. It would have been a lose-lose situation no matter what happened. So that's my take about it. So, all right, guys, that's it. So look for my other videos later on. Check out all my content and check me out on all my social medias.